Is there anything you want to say about that, about countries, residencies, advice, your opinion on, or things you've heard on the internet you think are bullshit, or anything, if anything?
Well, I think I've been making a lot more content about traveling and stuff, and I think there's a lot of fluff out there on the internet, especially when it comes to like Eastern Europe. One thing I will say is, I think you know Eric, right? He was.
Which Eric? I know a few of them. I know several Erics.
I don't want to
give
say his
names.
last name.
Don't give his last name. Describe him. What Eric? What?
The chef. The chef.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think I think I'm gonna meet up with him in Warsaw this summer.
Cool. He's here in Dubai. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Cool.
So one thing I'll say is, I think a lot of people that have created content about Eastern Europe have probably deceived many of you, just because I think
I've mentioned this.
Like Warsaw in the summer or Poland in the summer. All these places are great for like summertime, but a lot of the content, I know you don't necessarily want to get deep into this, but a lot of the content talks about the women there, and it is just not exactly sticking to the
bullshit.
facts.
I know it's bullshit. I know. We could talk. Maybe one of these days we'll have you back on the other channel. We could talk about that more detail. But basically, they're saying it's a haven for like gorgeous women who will hook up with you instantly. And no. Now there's
not even close
of that truth, but most of that is not. They're very traditional. They make you wait a long time. It's a lot more complicated now than it was maybe 20 years ago. Yes. I'm not saying that those women are terrible. Well, some of them are, because you're dealing with the Russian problem, which I've mentioned on my other channel. But yes, agree.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I will also say this is more related to the topics of this video, that Poland is one of the few countries that as an American, you can pretty much just stay there indefinitely without residency stuff because the bilateral visa agreement. So you have to.
I don't know what that is. Describe this. So if I'm an American, I can hang out in Poland for like 6 months.
Okay. So do your own research, because I have not had to use this in years because I have residency in Portugal. So keep that in mind. But last time I checked, the bilateral visa agreement, what you could do is the Schengen 90-180 rule didn't apply if you went to Poland, specifically Poland. So you could stay 90 days in Poland.
Hang on, describe what that is for those of you who don't know. Describe what that is, just one or two sentences.
What? The Schengen area? Okay,
the nine, not Schengen. What you just said, I don't remember the numbers. 9 rule.
90, 180.
Oh, okay. Yes. Describe that really quick.
Okay, so for every 180 days, you can only be in the Schengen area for 90 days.
So Schengen area is much of Europe, but not all of Europe.
Yeah.
You didn't know. Okay.
It's pretty much everywhere you want to go.
Well, I don't know, but okay. Yeah.
Like
fine.
most when you think of Europe,
right? You're right.
Yeah. The countries that come to mind first, probably in the Schengen area.
Yeah.
So you can only spend 90 days there. Poland is one of these countries, and then you have to leave for 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So for every 6 months, you can only be in there for 3 months.
Right.
In Poland
is different because
they have the bilateral agreement with the United States. You can stay in there for 90 days, and then you have to leave for 1 day. Most people go to Ukraine, although,
don't do that now, but yes.
Not sure how that is right now.
You got to take a train. I have friends in Dubai that do that. So anyway, yeah.
And then you can go back into Poland.
So you just need to be gone for a day once every 90 days, and you can stay there for as long as you want.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it's but you have to be careful if you're like leaving from another Schengen state or country.
Right.
So
Better
That's
get
why I
way
say
out of there.
do your own research. I'm not an expert on this stuff.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
And by the way, really quick on Poland, for those of you who don't know, Poland was and still is, a lot of people consider one of the least bad Western. It's a hybrid between Western and Eastern Europe, I think. But and it used to be like this great. Everyone thought this was this great place, and it was because it was less. It wasn't woke. It wasn't left wing. And so a lot of guys there thought it was great. That is rapidly changing, and so a lot of people in Poland are very upset about the direction where Poland is going. The Ukrainian war, they're taking lots of Ukrainian refugees and doing the same thing again with like other Western European nations. And so just be aware that it's not this perfect, awesome, amazing place full of all these perfect white people that a lot of more right-wing guys got excited about, 8, 9, 10 years ago. So I'm not saying it's bad, but just be aware. No.
And frankly, I don't think Polish women are nearly as attractive as some of the surrounding countries.
Which countries? They are attractive. Which countries? You mean Ukrainians?
Ukrainians, Lithuanians, Moldovians, I guess. I don't know.
Moldovans, they're about equivalent to Polish. But Ukrainians are better. I agree. Yeah. Latvians. Yeah. Okay. I more or less agree. I don't agree 100%, but close. Yeah.
Belarusians, but I wouldn't go to Belarus.
Don't. They're hot, but don't.